The one more offer pro bono cause he shows self-respect, but that's a no-go. Eternal high frequencies, the logo.
Peace, how's everyone doing? My name is Aquil. This is my vlog, musicindustry. Eternal high frequency is what I represent, and I'm promoting my project Traveling Light, which will be coming out soon on all streaming platforms. I already have a few singles coming out. I've been putting out a song a month. So the first song I put out was Make Sense. The next song I put out was Identity, and the third song I put out is Tony's Son. I will be putting out a fourth song next month titled Waves. It will be coming out on all streaming platforms. Be sure to check those out. The links are in the description box. And without further ado, the title of this show is A League of Our Own. And I call it that because if you're not familiar with the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, it is a league that pretty much, goes against people who are purported or reported to be anti-Semitic. And this topic's coming up because if you don't know, there's been reports about Kyrie being anti-Semitic. He promoted he posted a link to a vlog on his, or not a vlog, but a documentary on his social media network outlet or platform. And of course Kanye, when he talked about the so-called Jews, so-called Hebrews that run the music industry and media outlets and mass media and social media. But I say a league of our own because, in my opinion, my observation, we so-called black folks, and I say so-called black folks because black was a label that was given to us by Europeans so they can be white. Before that, we were our different nationalities and ethnicities and cultural groups. I don't like to say tribe because you don't hear anybody call Europeans a tribe. You don't hear anybody calling Asian groups a tribe. You don't hear people calling Cambodia a tribe, or Thai a tribe, or Nepal a tribe. So these are different ethnic groups, many of which number as much as, some nations. Igbo, Yoruba, Ewe, Hausa, Fulani, Ndongo, Zulu, so on and so forth. So, a league of our own, I say we need so-called black folks, especially in the United States. Why? Because the same people who are saying that, is anti-Semitic, the comments, Kyrie, or not Kyrie, but the comments that Kanye has been saying, and the documentary that Kyrie posted a link to, these are the same people that run these industries that are anti-black, anti-African, anti-original people of the planet. I talked about in another vlog about the label I went to. Ironically, it was a black guy that was the A&R, but he was under, the label owner of Rough House Records, which was reopening. I think they're closed since then. But it seems that in that instance, I promoted my music. I was putting out a project called Land of Sin, which is not stereotypical. People consider me a conscious rapper, but honestly, I just don't rap about nonsense. I rap about things I think, feel, see, want to see, and put my artistic flair on it. But it's not to really, I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. It's just things that I see, feel, think, experience, want to see. So I say have to say that the label guy was like, we want more demeaning things. So he played a song called Shorty Got an Ass Like a Mama. And that was what he wanted me to make. He was saying that that's what the kids want to hear. And a lot of times people use that excuse. They say, people want to hear, they want to hear the dumb stuff. They aren't trying to hear all that conscious yada yada. I want to hear some Negro stuff. And I wanted to say. And that's true for some, but honestly, people like what they hear over and over again. If you play a song enough for somebody, eventually they're going to know the words and they're going to like it because it's predictive programming. It's not really genuinely what people are asking for. These are things that are shoved down people's throats, and it's the options that they're given. It's a petri dish. That's why I call the hood a petri dish, or the streets a petri dish. These are not where you want to be. These are the things that are forced. You were forced or quartered into these areas to be there. So you get what you get. You get the slop, you get the junk, you get the garbage. If you have a food desert, which is a manufactured thing, it's not a natural desert. It's manufactured so that you don't have the proper food. And I'll use an analogy of food because music is food. It is a diet, so or a living. So if you don't have green or good vegetables and fruits, and all you have is corner stores and it's small, foreign stores, or so-called Chinese food or Asian food, and fast food restaurants in every other corner, and you don't have a supermarket that has good food, what do you expect the people to consume? They're not going to go out their way usually, especially they don't have the time, the energy, or the finances to do that. They're going to go to what's immediate, what's right in front of them. And mass media makes sure that what's immediate and right in front of you is the most demeaning, the most defaming, the most undermining, anti-black, anti-African stuff. I always joke with a friend that I started music with, Rocks, about my music, and I always joke about him liking stuff that's like super hood, super ratchet, super nonsensical, super Negro, undermining, just blackface type music. And you say, oh yeah, I don't listen to that stuff anymore, but it's like, we know better, and we don't get consumed by the stereotypes or want to emulate those things. But a lot of times many of our people are searching for identity, they're searching for what to follow, and they know that since we don't know who we are, it's tying back into the Kyrie thing, we're striving and we're searching for identity. So if I put this nonsense in front of you 24/7, I tell you ain't nothing but a drug dealer, a killer, murderer, you're nobody, you're stupid. The only way you can ever get on is if you play the dumb, coon, undermining role, which is a slave mentality. You have to play dumb because if you know you can read, you know you can do mathematics, you're dangerous. So it's nothing but slavery over and over again. Then you can be popular. Then you can be safe. Then you can you can get the big bucks and the awards and the shows and things like that. So these are Petri dishes, just a controlled environment. And I'm going on this spiel because a league of our own is what we need. There's an anti-African movement since the inception of the printing press, which I talked about previously. There's been an anti-African propaganda push to undermine our people because we are exploited at every level. And that's why my blog is Music No Industry, because we don't need the music industry to make our art and to profit off of our art. We don't need them. And I'm getting animated about it because it seems that people they say they want the good stuff. They say that they want stuff that is uplifting, and they say that they want better, but they keep falling to the same trap of, if it ain't co-signed by people that are outside of our community, people that are not us, then I can't verify it. So it's the same trap over and over again. And it gets very tiring. It gets very tiring to explain. I hate to repeat myself, honestly. I don't even like to say the same words in my rap. I really don't want to say the same story over and over again. So I don't want to say the same spiel over and over again. So I say that to say we need a league of our own. There's an anti-African, anti-black. I don't go into the ADOS, FBA stuff because to me it's nonsense. And I can talk about that another time. That really doesn't have anything to do with music. But I say that to say there is a concerted effort to undermine our image, to demean our image, to promote the most low-grade degradation stuff to us. And many of our people don't know who they are, so they consume it, internalize it, and emulate it. And I heard Dr. Wesley Muhammad talk about that as well. And it's true. A lot of people are searching for identity, and they emulate these things, whereas other people, they just consume it for what it is, entertainment. And the powers that be, the people that are in control of these media outlets, they know that. So they play on those things. But that's just my spiel. I don't want to go any more deeper than that. But we need a league of our own in every sense. And that's that's a entendre, especially with the Kyrie thing. We need leagues of our own. We need a space of our own, country of our own, corporations of our own, and we don't need to operate the way they operate because it's very parasitic, it's undermining. People end up overdosing on drugs mysteriously. People end up killing themselves. People end up destitute, broke, and they've made millions, if not billions of dollars for these corporations. And these people just go on about their lives, and nobody, says anything about it. Or if they do, they're ostracized, they're blocked out, you know, they're called crazy. And that's got to come to a head. That's got to change. So this is Music Industry. This is my blog. My name is Aquil. I thank y'all for listening. My music is in the description box. Be sure to check that out. Like, share, subscribe. And don't tell me my music is whack. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. But I know bar for bar, line for line, song for song, hook for hook, verse for verse, beat for beat. I'm on par with anything that's popular. But that's just my confidence coming out. But I thank y'all for listening. Y'all take care. Peace.